Hello, everyone's. I am here for my review of 911 on Fox, Season 5, Episode 17. If you were new to my channel, welcome. I am Lady T. I like to do reviews on scripted reality shows, and I also like to do reactions. If you're returning, you're one of my peoples, welcome back. So, y'all, my bun is going to be making an appearance in and out of this episode because I cannot get my camera to work right to where it's going to be my bun and my a little bit of my body. So I do apologize for the abruptly of the bun, popping in and out. So we don't have any comments from last week's video, so we just gonna jump right in. Now I'm gonna say this. This was another good episode. And it took me a lot longer to watch this episode because it was like, what? That happened. So I had to rewind. So since most of the episodes start off in the most randomously way, and I know randomously is not a word, but that's kind of how 911 fits into the realm of TV. It's like you never know what's going to happen. It could be just a simple, walking across the street and you almost get hit and you thinking, oh, it's fine. And the next thing you know, a bike come rolling down and you see somebody sliding behind it. You just never know with 911 on Fox. So when I seen this little boy with a pencil, my mind automatically went, something's gonna happen. The pencil was either gonna stab him or somebody else. But I was wrong. The bus driver starts having an accident. But one thing that I never did understand about school buses is, y'all know how in a regular car they always say wear your seatbelt. How come school buses do not have seatbelts for the children? Well, at least they didn't have them when I was going to school, and I graduated in 2003. And they did not have seatbelts on the bus. The bus driver had a seatbelt, but the children, we were up for our own devices. Like if something would have happened, it's just gonna happen. We wasn't secure in the seat. So the kid who was drawing, they look like he's weird because he was drawing something about how when people got executed, like some royal families got executed back in the day. It sounded a little bit weird, but I was like, he knows his education. He was drawing. I kind of liked him at first, and then like my mind totally was like, no, I don't like him. So he, goes and yells to a kid, go to the payphone and call 911. And as he, proceeds to do CPR, and I'm like, where are you gonna find a payphone in the year of 2022? And this is when I realized, oh, okay, this is because we are back in the day. They still had cell phones back then. It's doggone it, old dude who has been out here hurting folks. This is his villain origin story. And I'm going to call him a villain because that is exactly what he is. He is a villain. Well, since he helped save the bus driver's life, he was all on TV, he was winning medals, and it started to go to his head. Now, Henrietta has gone to Claudette's funeral, and like he's looking at the funeral program, and he's like, "What do you do with these?" And I'm like, I feel the same way when I go to a funeral. Like they give you the funeral program, talk about the person's life when they passed, when they was born, when they passed, who their family was, and what schools they went to, and all their accomplishments and all that stuff. But like, what is protocol of keeping these? Do you keep them forever, or you just keep them to show to somebody else? Do you immediately throw them away? What is the protocol? But he was like, why would you go into Claudette's funeral? She was like, she was there and we helped her out. He's like, we've helped out a lot of people. So what's good? Henrietta and Chimney, they are like, I don't want to say the Wonder Twins because I don't really know what the Wonder Twins are, but they are best friends. So he knows when something is going on with her, and she knows when something is going on with him. Now, I don't know what is going on, but my lighting is off. Y'all, just excuse me for just 1 second. Okay, that's just a little bit better. But I was like, hold on now. I got my ring light on and I got my regular light on. What's going on? And it's not dark outside. What's good? It's sunny and 86 degrees outside. What's going on? But anyways, Henrietta knows when something's going on with Chimney, and Chimney knows what's going on when something's going on with Henrietta. She said like something just wasn't sitting right with her. Like she was fine. and she coded, and now she is no longer here. And he's like, yeah, that happens often. She's like, yeah, they see that all the time. Somebody's fine, then they code and they're no longer here. They're in the arms of the angels. But it's like when that old dude was like babysitting for those tarantulas, he got bit. When he got bit, they came to rescue and all that other stuff. She said, dude was fine. She left him with villain of the episode. And when she came back, dude had coded. And I believe he brought him back. But it's like, things is not sitting right. And she was like, and she had high blood pressure because I was up there snooping, through her cabinets. And it's like, yeah, she may have high blood pressure. And girl, you was dead wrong for like snooping in that woman's medicine cabinet. You was at this woman's repast. And you was up there snooping through her medicine cabinet. You know you wrong for that. But like, you were the one who assessed her at the scene. And if something had been wrong, you would have made sure she would have had a priority. The ambulance would have been priority to go to the hospital. So I don't think that you were wrong. He wasn't like, man, you just don't like the boy. He was like, you had a sense about this dude, and if she was fine when she left out of your sight, and then something happened, yeah. So if she was even had her blood pressure spike a little bit, you would have known something and been like, this is priority. Get her to the hospital ASAP. But I'm with you, girl. We own the case. So they become doggone amateur detectives. Like if they ever don't no longer want to work for the firefighters at was it the LAFD anymore, they can get them some private eye detective jobs going on real quick out here. The way they was acting on this episode, and I was here for each and every step of it. So they was like, okay, we gonna go to Bobby's office. We gonna snoop it. It's your day off. It's my day off. Ji-hun, she is with Maddie right now. We're at daycare. Wherever she at, we both we got a day free. Let's go snooping. So they find out that he's only been working at the LAFD for 14 months. Before that, he was a paramedic in Chicago, Miami, Dallas, Denver, and now LA. Suspicious. Now, I'm a suspicious person by nature because my mama is suspicious and my grandma too is suspicious. And I didn't get to meet my great grandma, but I'm assuming she was suspicious as well. So I would be wondering, that's odd. You been changing all these cities like that. Like usually if you change cities like that, it's like if you have a job like my brother. He had got with some company where you go out of town to a certain city, you work there for however long, then I was like, okay, your job there is done, and you get transferred here. I understand that. Or if you're like a traveling nurse, okay, I'm going to be at this hospital for a set amount of time. I'm going to be traveling. But like a firefighter, paramedic, that seems like I'm planting roots in this area and there is no need for me to just be moving all of the time. That's how my mind works. So, Henrietta is talking to Karen about her suspicions, and it's like, it's not sitting right with her. And like, she realizes that old dude, like, didn't start putting, like, because Karen was like, yeah, that's like one time, okay, two times. That's suspicious. We need to be looking to the third time. That's just red flags all over. She didn't say those exact words, but I didn't write down what she wrote, and this was last night, and my brain just does not like work like that. Cause remember when I was 2 years old, child. But remembering everything that happened in this episode last night, couldn't tell you. That's just how my brain works. Now I still feel like the lighting is just not doing me any justice right now, and I'm kind of mad about that. But then I'm gonna be mad if I go into editing. It's like, girl, you looking extra bright. I apologize if I look washed out. I don't know if it's got on a dark shirt or not. Let's get back to this episode. So she was like, yeah, people, they don't start off with putting people in the arms of the angel. So that goes like, okay, you said that. So she goes to Timmy's house and she was like, bam. This is her phone. I can't use mine because I got my notes on it. Bam. This is an article from when he was a little boy. He helped out a bus driver who was having a heart attack. He saved this bus driver's life. This is when they realize he is like a drug addict who is chasing after that first high. He got so much glory in, like, he got keys to the city. He got, they paid for his college. He was all over the news. And like, after a while, the next big story hit and it was like he wasn't getting that attention. So it's like, okay, what can I do so I can get more fame? He didn't start off putting people in the arms of the angels. It's just that when you push people too close to the arms of the angel, sometimes you can't bring them back. They just can't be saved. And before people got suspicious, like it's kind of odd that somebody who seems fine just ups and goes while they alone in the presence of him. Before they get too suspicious, too many people getting close to going on, he just ups and leaves and goes to another city. And they end up in dun dun dun. He ends up in Los Angeles. So this is when they go over to Buck's house and Taylor's house because hopefully Taylor has some footage from the 911. They don't really want to say what they're doing because one, Buck tends to not be able to hold water. He's gonna end up telling. It's gonna slip. And Taylor is an investigative reporter, so she gonna want to get the story out. But it's like we need to know off the record. This is off the record. Don't tell nobody. Don't write it down in your diary. Don't even tell each other. I mean, it's like that. Like, even though y'all both sitting here, that's how, I don't want you to repeat what was said here. Now, they see that like the film crew was right there as he's helping Claudette. Claudette was talking like, "Hey, Chad, yeah, I'm good, baby, yeah." But they see he's administering some type of medicine to Claudette. And Buck was like, "What's so suspicious about that?" Buck, firefighter, he don't really know about the paramedic side of things. It's like if she was alert and stable and talking, there was no need for him to administer any type of drug. The only thing would have probably gave him was like some like oxygen for the smoke inhalation. He's like, maybe he's just a bad paramedic. It's like, this ain't got nothing to be him being a bad paramedic. This isn't the first time that somebody has had a suspicious going on to be with the arms of the angel in his presence. This ain't being about being a bad paramedic. This is about dude is up to something and Taylor's looking like, is he like out here like really trying to put people in arms of the angels like on purpose? Or is this like, I don't know this person's medical history back, forth, up and down, left and right, and in the circle. So he don't know how that person's body's gonna take this medicine he's giving him. He's thinking, okay, they was in this, situation, they're doing fine. But like if I just give them a little something, get that heart, messing up, then I can just swoop on in, still chasing that high, just like a drug addict. So this is when Henrietta, she is driving home and old dude calls her. First of all, how you got my number is the question. Now, I am the type of person who I don't be answering phone calls if I don't have your number saved in it. I really don't. And then I might make a story of this how I got a text from somebody and that text went on to like, oh, this is wrong. First of all, I knew it was a wrong number text. And yeah, I'm going to do a video about that after this one. And we're gonna talk about how this wrong. I don't know what this person was trying to gain or do, but I'm like, first of all, I know you lying. But anyways, he basically was like, if you think I'm dangerous, you ain't seen nothing yet. And I'm like, she didn't went to, she'd have done her research, and it wasn't just like I'm suspecting him, and then Claudette went to be in arms of an angel. I'm just gonna turn him in. No, she did some sleuthing. She went into some personnel files she wasn't supposed to. She did, and then she went and got some more evidence and looked into it, and it seemed like all the points, all signs is pointing that this dude ain't right. I don't know why. When I go to tell you, okay, this person don't seem like they on the up and up. I think they are out here putting people in harm's way. Why are you gonna tell that person who was telling on them? Because now that put me and my family in danger. So she automatically get on the phone with Karen like, look here, girl, I'm a crazy dude just called me. I need you to get, what's his name, Denny and my mama and go to Athena's house, all right? And she was like, I don't think he would be after me. He would be after Chimney. So she didn't rush over to Chimney's house. But, Chimney, they basically like brother and sister. They doggone the best good friends like Forrest and Bubba. She goes over to Chimney's house looking for him. Here he go, dude popping out of nowhere, sticking her in the neck with a needle and making her all unconscious and whatnot. He already got Chimney over there unconscious, got him hooked up to the machine and, making his heart stop just to bring him back to life. I'm like, I was so stressed watching this because, like, Chimney didn't already had a pole go through his head. He already got shanked by doggone Maddie's crazy husband, whoever he was. And now this? Mm-mm. But since Karen was worried about Henrietta, she calls Chimney's phone. But Maddie happened to be there and, like, answered the phone. It's like, hey, what's going on? She's like, yeah, look here, girl. I think Chimney and Henrietta is in trouble. And Maddie looks on the ground and sees that the cat to go to the syringe. She's like, girl, I'm getting off the phone with you. I'm getting up out of here with my baby. And I'm finna to call 911 in the one. All right? I'm getting up out of here because I don't know if this food is around here lurking. We see doggone Henrietta stressing out because Chimney is all unconscious and getting doggone it heart stopped and then zapped back to life. And this is when old dude was talking about this is your fault and I'm a hero and all this other stuff. And she noticed the Timmy coming through. So I gotta keep your focus on me, crazy villain dude, while Chimney, gets his little recuperation going on. And she's talking to him, talking about you ain't no hero. You was sloppy. If I was gonna do this, I would have done that. And Chimney's over there cranking up the machine. I was like, okay, good. I see where this is going. So Chimney got himself out the restraint, and she's like, and Chimney's not breathing. So he goes over there to like bring Chimney back to life because that's what he does. He's a hero. Chimney doggone zapped him real good, and I was like, yes, I'm so happy for it. But I'm glad the doggone Henry was like still looking to make sure dude wasn't popping up while Chimney was in weak state calling over to her. She was making sure make sure old dude ain't popping up. I mean, ain't really nothing I can do or that you can do, Chimney, but I'm on the lookout. Oh my goodness, I was stressed for watching that, but I was happy when doggone it. Was it a young firefighter dude and a new firefighter lady come there and she's like, he was like, it was doggone Chimney and Henrietta was getting doggone and tortured. It's like, what? Yeah. Bobby rolls up and gives him I think it was a 2-piece he gave him, and I was happy for him. I was, because not only was you doggone it risking people's lives and accidentally taking people's lives, May was over here feeling guilty. Was like, man, if I had to been fighting with Claudette, we would have never went to the quiet room and we would have been able to get out of the building and she would have been fine. She got that guilt on her. Bobby got the guilt of the husband was like, oh, thank you for all you done. Bobby feeling like I could have done more. You didn't not only did that, but you stressed all these other people out. So I'm glad Bobby doggone knocked your tail out. I was glad for that. But then this is when Buck over there with Maddie and they looking on the TV and they see Taylor report the news and she basically like, where's me and doggone microphone at? Reporting live from outside of the home of a crazy villain dude who was a firefighter. Y'all won't believe this. This dude was out here doing this for the longest time. He was in Chicago, Miami, Denver, Colorado, and now in Los Angeles. And you ain't heard this from me, but you hearing it from me. But Henrietta and Chimney came to my house that I share with Buck. He a firefighter. He not here right now. But yeah, they said that they was suspecting dude for a long time. They was looking all up in this man's business for a good long time. She was telling everything. I was like, you was supposed to not say anything. This was off the record. And when I seen that heifer get on her laptop early in the episode and look dude up, I knew she was gonna go behind her word. And she sat there and looked Buck in his eyes and said, "No, I'm not gonna do anything." Technically, she didn't jump the gun on the story, but she did jump out there like, yes, they was looking into dude for the longest time. I don't know why they didn't stop him, because I knew about this doggone yesterday. I sure did. Henrietta and Timmy came to my house. They had coffee. They told me everything was going on. We looked at the video when he put Claudette in the arms of the angel. She was going on like that, and I'm like, ma'am, what are you doing? Now Buckman was like, you were supposed to keep your mouth shut. And you could almost have glasses off. And you couldn't even do that. So that was on the firefighter side. On the side, Eddie and Christopher, my dude, they went to Texas because his daddy is retiring. Eddie and his daddy, they don't get along because Eddie felt daddy was working too much and the daddy was too hard on him. Like when Eddie wrecked the daddy's car because he was trying to get the mama to the hospital when she was going into labor. The daddy got mad at Eddie because he was out going it burning food in the kitchen, trying to cook for his little sisters. But in the end, we found out that, Daddy was a prideful man and he was having some heart problems. And he didn't want nobody to know because he's supposed to be this tough man, this strong man, this non-weak man. It's like Eddie tried it to do everything to not be his daddy to end up being his dad. It's like, I went through doggone a panic attack months ago. I didn't tell anybody because of my pride, just like you. Now it's like, Eddie Daddy come from that generation of, I gotta be tough on my kids and, my son, he can't be showing those type of emotions. Well, I've said this before, and that only leads to, my young son, adolescent, now my teenage son, not supposed to show emotions, they not supposed to cry. And it is turned into grown men who don't know how to express their feelings, and now he done got with some woman and she got to deal with this mess. No, crying is a natural thing. I'm telling you, sometimes I feel good after a cry. Good cry make me feel good. I kind of get a headache because then I get congested, but that's a whole nother story. But a good cry will do you good. So y'all, that was the gist. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It is free all day, every day, $3.99. Make sure your notifications are on. Come on. Make sure your notifications are on to my beautiful Facebook's video. You can click on it, you can like it, and share it with your people, and you can come over and be one of my peoples. If you're already one of my peoples, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. Tell your people to tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.